To answer question 20, we're told first of all that there are 5 terms of a sequence, and we're asked to find an expression in terms of n for the nth term of the sequence. So the first thing we do is look at what we call the first difference. Okay, so I'll just say first diff for short, and the way that we do that is look at the difference between each of the terms. So I look at the first difference, I get the difference of 3 and 1 is 2, the difference of 7 and 3 is 4, 13 and 7 is 6, and 21 and 13 is 8. Because they're all different, this is not a linear nth term sequence. Because they're all different, I go and look at the second difference. So we see the difference between 2 and 4 is 2, 4 and 6 is 2, and 6 and 8 is 2. If this is constant, which it is, they're all 2, so constant, I can't spell constant today, then we have an n squared sequence, okay? To find out what the coefficient of n squared is, we take the second difference and we divide that by 2 to get 1. So the sequence, I'll just say, therefore, it is 1n squared, which is just equal to n squared. I'll just refer to it as that personally, okay? So what I'm going to do now is write out my n squared sequence. That is just the square numbers. So 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared, 4 squared, and 5 squared. Okay? I'm then going to write out my sequence. So my sequence goes 1, 3, 7, 13, and 21. If I now look at what I do to get from my sequence, from n squared to my sequence, you can see here, we plus or take away 0 is exactly the same. Here we take away 1, here we take away 2, here we take away 3, and here we take away 4. So what's happening here is that we've got a sequence within our sequence, okay? So what I'm going to do now is work out what the sequence is. So because the sequence is going down in ones, it is the equivalent linear nth term sequence of minus 1n. And what I'm going to do now is write out what that sequence is. So we've got minus 1n, we'll go minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. If I now look at what the sequence was between our n squared and our sequence, we went 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. What do I do from minus 1n to get to our new sequence? So I'll just say here that this was the new sequence. So from minus 1, I add 1 to get to 0. From minus 2, I add 1 to get to minus 1. I add 1, I add 1. And you can see that I add 1 every time. So we've finished what our sequence would be. It will be n squared minus 1n, add 1. So we put those terms together, n squared minus 1n minus n plus 1. So that is my quadratic nth term.